The train, for its type, is the most powerful vehicle on land. And the engines of Sodor are the power behind the docks, industries and branch lines that make up the world-renowned Northwestern Railway. These are the stories of Sodor. Back when the Ffarquhar Branch was turned into an industrial line, you may recall how most of its stations were closed, save the one at Ffarquhar itself. That's because several locals came together to form the Ffarquhar Preservation Society. They were the ones that organised rail tours along the branch and turned a tidy profit doing so. In fact, the FPS did so well they began expanding. Over the following years, they bought and reopened the other stations. Not long after the upgrades to the yard were completed, the FPS acquired the last one, Hackenbeck, but before it could be reopened, it needed renovations. I'm sorry to say, these didn't go quite according to plan. Alright there, Howard? Tip-top, thanks, Darren. I just got a call from the lumber yard. Those frames we were expecting aren't coming. Why not? Their delivery lorry broke down and they don't have any others to spare. They said they won't be able to send them out until tomorrow. Knock on wood. Sorry, is there anything we could do? Could you nip over to Calden and pick them up? I'd have to clear it with control first, and then they'll have to reorganize the schedule, followed by... In that case, never mind. I've got some paperwork I need to catch up on, so I may as well go do that. I'll see you lads later. Later. Oi, Darren, you dropped your... spoon? Blimey, you must be doing alright if you can afford gold cutlery. It's gold-painted, Ned. My daughter made it for me. She said it'll bring me good luck. The lucky spoon? That girl's got some imagination. Her birthday's coming up soon, isn't it? Yep, and she told me and Julie what she wants. A baby brother. That works for you, doesn't it? You've always wanted a son. Yeah, and we tried to have another child, but nothing came of it. I think we're both past it. You never know. It still might happen. I wish. She had a miscarriage? I didn't even know she was pregnant. Neither did they. According to the doctors, she had what's called a cryptic pregnancy. What's that? It's a type of pregnancy that doesn't show any signs whatsoever. I worked a case where a car was hit by a train. The crash caused the driver to go into labor, and she had no idea she was expecting. Thankfully, both she and her child survived. Sadly, the child didn't survive here. That's awful. Do we know how far along Mrs. McIntyre was? Far enough they could tell it was a boy. A boy? I'm afraid so. Your driver has gone on leave to be with his wife. In the meantime, Justin, you will have a substitute. Understood, sir. All right, with all that out the way, I do have some other announcements that aren't so bleak. I'm sure you've heard the rumors the Air Museum at Dryall is closing down, and I can't understand why. It always seemed busy. It isn't due to a lack of visitors. Instead, it has been taken over by Elsbridge Airport. What for, sir? They're experiencing a high amount of traffic and need extra facilities to keep up with demand. Sounds like business is soaring. Sorry, when's this supposed to happen, sir? Not for a couple of months. They need to bring the airfield up to code before it can be reopened for commercial use. And when it is, we will run a dedicated service between Dryall and Elsbridge. Are you talking about a commuter train, sir? How does that work? The FPS owns the station. They neither accept nor sell British Rail tickets. They will from tomorrow. In fact, the FPS has agreed to provide BR tickets at all of their stations. Why would they do that, sir? They want to establish a source of revenue outside of tourism, and according to a survey they conducted, 56% of locals would travel by rail if the option were available to them. Is that figure reliable, sir? The whole reason we stopped running commuter trains is because nobody was using them. To tell the truth, Percy, even if it is exaggerated, restoring commuter trains around here is very low risk for us, because the stations aren't owned and operated by British Rail. Exactly. Best case scenario, passenger numbers go up and everyone benefits. Worst case, they don't and we cancel all services. Should that happen, nobody will suffer any real losses. Either way, it will become necessary to schedule extra trains. With Whiff's departure, I feel having another engine working around here is necessary. Therefore, I've decided to reassign Daisy to this branch. I bet she'll be chuffed about that. Oh, she was. She'll start working here tomorrow. I know there was something else I was supposed to tell you, but I can't for the life of me remember what. Maybe it wasn't important, sir. Maybe not. If I remember, I'll be sure to send you a message. Good night, engines. Good night, sir. Bust my buffers. The airfield's reopening, commuter trains are coming back. Next thing you know, we'll be running goods trains around here again. I wish. This is for us? Yes, Emily dropped it off an hour ago for delivery to Hackenbeck. These must be the frames they've been expecting. I thought they were going to be sent out by road. The lumberyard couldn't repair their lorry in time, so they decided to ship the client's order out by rail. Maybe this was the thing Mr. Watson couldn't remember to tell us. Who's supposed to take it? You are, Toby. All right, then. I can't believe I'm actually excited by this. Feels like ages since I took something that wasn't a rail tour or a mineral train. What about all the works trains you ran up to Ffarquhar during the upgrade? Oh, right. I can't believe I forgot about those. At your age, it's to be expected. At least I got this far. Nothing? Nope. Bother. Don't worry, darling. We still love you. That's very kind of you, Daisy. And welcome to our branch line. Thank you, Toby. I'm so excited. I look forward to working with all of you. Likewise, if you need anything, just ask. I appreciate that, Mavis. There is something I would like to ask you, but later on. All right, sure. We'll talk later. Marvelous. I best be off. Don't want to be late for my first run. Toodaloo. Nice to know I'm not the only one who's happy to help out a pretty face. Can you blame me? Not at all. That Daisy is a real rose. Sorry, I'm bad at jokes. Yes, you are. I wonder what she wants to talk to me about. Maybe she fancies you. I wish. What happened? Her cooling system failed. Will she be all right? Yes, it wasn't anything too serious. Derek said she'll be out of the works in a couple of days. Hell of a way to start a new job. Too right, but some good did come of it. While I was pushing her to Maithwaite, we started talking. And you were right, Toby. Really? That's surprising. I thought she liked men. And also women. She asked if I fancied her. I said yes, so we'll see what happens from there. That's wonderful, Mavis. Congratulations. Perhaps we'll hear wedding bells before long, and Percy could be the good luck package. Phew, I wish— Stop! Rattling radiators, Justin! What's the matter with you? I'm paranoid, that's what. Lately, every time someone has said, I wish, something bad happens. Daisy broke down, Darren's wife miscarried, and when you tried to take those frames, Toby, you derailed. That's just bad luck, Justin. It's not like anyone is walking around with a monkey's paw in their pocket. What about a golden spoon in their cab? Are you talking about the one your driver's daughter made? I know it sounds balmy, but all this started happening when it showed up, and you've told me stories about some of the strange things that have happened on this island. So, is it possible? I won't say it's impossible, just unlikely. I mean, there has to be a limit, and why would you still have it? Darren put it in his lunchbox. When he left, he forgot to take it with him. Like I said, I know it sounds mad, but it all seems too coincidental. If you're really concerned about it, why not have your crew take the lunchbox out of your cab when they show up tomorrow? That's the plan. In the meantime, we should be careful what we wish for. What's going on, Howard? This is a walk-off, Justin. The client hasn't paid us, so it's tools down. The FPS hasn't paid? Did they say why? They claim it was a bookkeeping error, but if I had £1 every time I heard that, I could have bought this station myself. There's no need to be so cynical. It might just be an innocent mistake. Phew, I wish. Yes, I wish that too, and for nothing bad to happen whatsoever. Alright. I'll see you lads later. Bye. I'm glad you covered his wish, Justin. He might have had a magic ladle in his pocket. Put a sock in it, Ned. I already feel like a prat. All right, don't get into a tizzy. I was only pulling your coupling. We took the lunchbox out, and from what I can see, nothing has happened. Fire! Oh, for fuck's sake! You sure the spoon didn't slip its way back into your cab? I asked my crew to check and they couldn't find it. Later on we went back to the spot where they left the lunchbox and it was gone. Did somebody take it? Either that or the spoon has a will of its own. God, I sound like a complete lunatic. Only if you're wrong, Justin. Getting back to the fire, do they know what caused it? No, they're still investigating. They were able to put it out quick, so there wasn't much damage. I'm sure the arsonist will be very disappointed. Those old habits again, Joey? You don't need to be a copper to be suspicious of a fire that breaks out at a cash-strapped work site. I don't like coincidences any more than you do, Justin. It does seem a bit dodgy. Still, like I always say, a good investigator never assumes. Perhaps this was simply an accident. Phew, I wish. Oh no. Thankfully, Justin's wish seemingly came true, and without any caveats. The fire at Hackenbeck was caused by an electrical fault. A simple accident, like the payment issue, both were sorted out quickly and work resumed on the station. I'm pleased to say it suffered no further delays and was opened on schedule. Daisy's repairs were a complete success. When she returned to the branch, she and Mavis began their relationship, which is still going to this day. The same is true of the line's passenger trains. The new arrangement between BR and the FPS worked out well for everyone, especially after the airfield was reopened. The McIntyres were able to recover from their ordeal, and a year later, they would adopt a little boy. As for the spoon, nobody knows what happened to it. Maybe it's rusting in a rubbish tip, or maybe it's granting cursed wishes to unwitting victims. I don't know if it had any real power, but assuming it did, I don't think I'd be brave enough to use it. Would you?